That was quite aggressive. Some things got you all riled up, huh?
There absolutely is proof that you used that door. Don't try to divert attention back to me.
I'd really prefer if you shared that proof instead of just yelling at me.
Alora, Fu, those maintenance doors. You said the most accessible one was in the lecture hall, correct?
Right, yeah.
But there's other doors, right?
Yes, in the ceilings of the 2 labs.
If they're on the ceiling, they'd probably be pretty hard to get into discreetly. But pretty easy to exit from, especially considering the ceilings in the labs aren't too high.
Correct.
And Takiko had entered the room by the time you'd been out of it?
I assume so. She was by the fuse box when I came back.
Wait, are you suggesting Takiko used the maintenance door to walk along the pipes to the lab? That would explain why Alora didn't see her in the halls despite taking so many precautions to make sure she wasn't seen transporting Taka's body.
She had to have been in the lecture hall right as I approached the door initially to set off the tape, and used the time I spent trying to knock down the door to climb up to the maintenance door and leave. Meaning it makes sense that by the time Alora got back to the lab, which she probably hadn't anticipated, she hadn't had the time to leave or get any further away from the crime scene. So her being in the lab when she was makes perfect sense for if she did use the maintenance door to leave the lecture hall.
You're right.
What?
That also helps rule out Asu, since they were on the complete other side of the prison at the time it happened.
But wait, that means...
No, that can't...
It means we have our killer.
You think you're so smart, don't you?
I reckon you're the one who thought you were smart, trying to frame it as if I'd killed her.
I bet you feel really good about this. It's a 2-for-1 deal for you, isn't it?
What? What do you mean?
You finally get to detach me from Bacardi. You can look at me and feel like it's okay if you messed things up with me or made me upset or did me dirty. Cause now I'm nothing like her. Or at least, nothing like you want to think she is. And this absolves you of anything you did to Molly. It won't matter you couldn't protect her, since you were at least able to find her killer. Oh, until you need pity or an excuse, and then you'll be so down on yourself for not being able to protect her. Ooh, just electrical or mint. Or, well, I'm sure you'll find some way to make talk about yourself.
What are you...
What are you saying? You didn't... No, you...
Like it or not, she did it. It's looking that way at least.
But she can't! Come on,
Saint-Ile, I understand you're emotional, but...
I don't want your pity! I can't lose anyone else! Please, come on, there's gotta be...
I really don't think there's any other explanation. I'm sorry, Asu.
Even if she did do this, it must have been for a reason! You don't just kill someone! Why on earth would she kill Mai? Please! Why would you... You can't have... Please, just say something! What can I even say at this point?
Just some kind of defiance. Give us something here, kid. Even if it's just an explanation. Don't just sit there and accept it. Fight!
Fight. So you can all just push me down, get it all out of your system, yell, and make sure I really get what I deserve? No thanks.
That's not what I... Ugh!
Anything! I don't care! I don't care how awful it is, how irrational it is. I just want to know why. The Takiko I know would never do this!
No, yeah, you're right. She wouldn't do this. Come on, don't just stand there. I'll play devil's advocate for you. Just give me something to work with here, kid.
I'm not your kid! I'm not her! I'm not Jen! Just because you let her down doesn't mean you'll make everything magically right again by stepping in and defending me when it's far too late! Just Taki, don't call me that! I didn't mean... Just stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! You'll never think! You just say what's easiest at the moment! Stop acting like you're dumb! I know you're not!
Kid, hey, come on. We're trying to help.
Oh, really? Now you're trying to help? You put me in this mess in the first place! If you could have just kept quiet, I would have never be accused! You're just like Shinku! If you two just shut up, we wouldn't even be here right now! This is your fault! It's all your fault!
Is that an admission of guilt?
With the way she's suddenly acting, I think we have our answer.
Suddenly acting?
No, she can't be.
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
It seems the most likely. But there are some small inconsistencies I'm not too certain about. I don't want to convict just based on behavior.
But it's not just her behavior. We have solid evidence.
Your main argument relies on Fu's testimony. Are you really going to trust that? No one can confirm he actually did record those tapes. Surely there's gotta be!
It's the best we've got, and I don't want to die.
And we're running out of time. Let's just get this over with.
Alright, if we're all at a consensus...
It can't end like this!
Huh? You...
I can't have this all fall apart at the hands of Shinku Kutsuki. You're just pointing the blame to save your own ego. You can't admit you failed her. That would force you to face how things really were between the two of you, wouldn't it?
What are you...
Oh, don't play dumb now. It must have been nice having a second chance. Someone to make you feel like a good person.
You don't know anything about what things were like between me and Molly.
All I know is that I didn't do this. I won't let everything end like this. Not with all these leaps in logic and assumptions and prove to you this isn't me. I've sat down and just taken everything for far too long. No matter how convinced you are that I'm the killer, I'm not going down without a fight! See if you can keep up with me. Ready? Let's start! You know, it's still equally likely you did kill her. The scrap metal you think is the tape player could just be random debris. That is a lot of that around the prison. It seems much more likely than you being unable to tell Molly's actual voice from a recording of her voice. Or are you just that unaware? I guess the words don't matter to you, just the fact they're talking is enough. But if you ask me, you're just pointing the blame at me to save your own skin, to save your own ego. Are you following? It seems you can't get it through your head how ludicrous your theory is. You know, for a writer, I feel like you should be a little sharper. Your theory is kind of ridiculous. But point that finger all you like. I bet it makes you feel real smart, huh? honestly willing to let everyone here die to protect that precious ego of yours? Just to make yourself feel like you didn't let someone else down again? Are you insane? You make mess after mess, cause issue after issue, and you expect everyone else to clean up after you! Well, I suppose sweeping things under the rug isn't anything new for you. But don't you think this is going too far? At the end of the day, if this isn't to protect yourself, if you're not just throwing me under the bus, if I did do this, after everything, after that verdict, after how you've all been treating me, after how she was able to go from being coddled and babied in a way I was never going to be given? After being expected to be more mature and reasonable than someone 10 years older than me, could you even really blame me? Huh? Wait, you... No. No. It won't end like this. You have no idea about any of this. You don't know anything. You can't even begin to know what you're talking about. I won't let myself die just because you couldn't shut your mouth. Every single day, I have to perform. I can't stop. I don't even know who I am anymore. I'm just what everyone else wants. But it doesn't matter how much I put into it, how much it's rehearsed in my head. People will always find something wrong with it. Or it's too perfect. It's fake. I'm just fake. I'm fake and plastic and unrealistic and hiding something. But if I drop it, I'm proving them right. And whoever I really am would just seem awful in comparison to that perfectly curated image. So what am I meant to do? Can people expect me to even know who I am when they all just shove me into boxes I didn't even ask for? Little sister, therapist, best friend, daughter, Tien, Akari, Taka, anything at all. Anything but me. But I have to play along. And I have to play nice. If I step out of line, if I step out of that box, suddenly they feel betrayed that I pretended to be the person they asked me to be. That I gave the performance they asked me to give. Even when it's the game that's forcing me out of the box, revealing my secrets, breaking down my image if I don't dance and perform and do exactly what it wants. Well, the ribbon! Tear the paper! Open it up and see what I really am! Even if it's something ugly, at least it's real. At least you can't see me for anything but me anymore. I swear I cared. I swear I tried. I swear I tried, and I tried to endure it. Back in my everyday life too. I tried to live up to it all. I tried to just mind my business, stay in my lane. I tried to just be a doll to keep it up. But you saw where that got me. You saw what it led me to doing. I just wanted to feel in control. I wanted to feel like I had some kind of power. If that's awful, then I don't care. I don't care what any of you think of me anymore. I'm sick of placating a group of people who would sooner coddle and forgive a self-pitying woman-child over me. Why was she worthy of all that attention and patience? Why couldn't I be given that? Did you think isolating and bullying me would make me learn my lesson? Or did you think I was just like this? That there was no way I could grow or change? Are you serious? Seriously? I'm only barely 18! Well, if you're going to hate me anyway, if I'm just going to be spiteful, vindictive, manipulative, and awful no matter what I do, then I might as well show you just what awful really is. So, feel vindicated. Tell yourselves you're all right. I hope you feel so fucking good about yourselves. I hope you enjoy tearing me down, bit by bit. I hope you tell yourselves that you were all right about me, that I was fake, that I was controlling, that I was just waiting to snap. That how you treated me was okay. That it was completely fine to discard your little doll once playtime was over. Once she wasn't giving you what you wanted. Because she was awful and horrible and evil all along. That she loved getting people to kill themselves. That she actively giggled and laughed and kicked her feet back and forth every time her fanbase would cause someone to hurt themselves. That she didn't sit there, realizing that it would only take one small mistake, one small slip, one small controversy for all that vitriol to be turned back at her. So go on, Shinku. Tear me down. Put me in my place. Avenge that pure, innocent angel. If I was happy enduring this, if I was willing to keep it up even through a motive that targeted people like me, if that didn't drive me to do it, what would even push me to kill her?
I'll rewrite those words.
this up for hours and hours and hours and hours. I'm trained for this, after all. I can keep going and going and going and going. The question is, can you?
Stop it! Stop it right now!
Huh? Suki?
Stop it! Just stop it, please. Just give it up, Kiko. Please don't have these be your last moments. Don't completely destroy yourself before you're gone. Please, you're better than this.
Fine. You win.
You really?
Kid, you...
I'm tired.
Kiko, that's not... Why would you... No.
Suki,
Was her secret really that bad? The one Fu showed you. Was it really?
Wait, is this because I showed her?
Molly,
What did she do?
she was the one who attempted the suicide pact.
What?
I'm sorry, she did what? And hello? Fu knew this too and just didn't tell us? Are we just going to ignore that?
Come on, give me a break here.
She was willing to kill us all. And yet despite that, she felt like she deserved everyone's sympathy and empathy, and everyone just gave her it! Everyone just gave her the benefit of the doubt because they didn't want her dead, when she never valued any of her lives half as much as half of you valued hers! Why didn't I get that? Where was my benefit of the doubt? Why didn't I have anyone who would take my hand and try to help me?
Kiko, I tried! I wanted to...
No, shut up. She didn't. She wouldn't have done that. She wasn't the one behind it. You're lying. You're just trying to make me feel guilty for doing the right thing, for exposing you. You were willing to make me think I killed her. Do you have any idea how that felt? I don't want to hear anything from you. No matter how you frame it, I'm not in the wrong for accusing you.
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
This was you. It was all you. And I'm going to lay this case out to prove that once and for all. Let me unravel this case for you. This all started with Fu. His confinement meant he wasn't able to leave his cell and do whatever he wanted. But being very focused on the game, Fu still wanted to do what he could to gain an advantage. Fu started to get people to open up with him. He'd then record these conversations on the tapes Mononeko had given us. The killer, during her guard duty, noticed Fu was doing this and waited until he was asleep during her session to make a tape of a conversation with a prisoner who was of particular interest to her, Molly. Luckily for the killer, this tape included Molly saying things that, if taken out of context, could appear very suicidal. They initially took this tape out of their own curiosity, but when Fu told them that Molly was the one behind the suicide pact, they decided to take action. He already had a reason to kill, with the motive targeting those whose talents relied heavily on public image, not to mention her recent corrupt verdict and perceived treatment by others around the prison. Learning Molly's supposed secret was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Either that, or the truth that was revealed about the killer themselves earlier that night. That night, or very early in the morning, the killer gathered the weights, rope, box, broom, and tape player, doing the necessary prep work for the contraption. Given their small physical size, they had to make multiple trips and utilize many smaller weights as opposed to a few large ones, as they were easier to carry and fit in their backpack. Since it was so late in the night, the killer assumed nobody would be around to see them set up, especially with how exhausted everyone was with the dares and constantly being woken up at midnight due to the announcements. They then went into the infirmary, where Molly had been sleeping that night after consuming too many tanning pills for a dare. This, paired with the medication Dr. Linnaeus had given her, weakened her considerably. She might have not even woken up when the killer took one of the pillows and decided to smother her. This method was chosen as it leaves very little physical symptoms on the body, meaning when she was hung up, the aim could be easily confused for the cause of death. The killer then dragged Molly's body from the infirmary to the room next door, the lecture hall. They set Molly's body up in the rope trap and got the tape ready to play, having to wait a few hours until I woke up to put the last part of their plan in motion. They carefully left the lecture hall at the early hours of the morning and went into the cells, waiting until I had left my room early in the morning to slip a fake suicide note she constructed into my cell. She likely would have put the note in the cell of whoever left their cell first, since her plan would have worked the same no matter who set off the trap. But considering I was the first she saw leave after she returned to the cells, I was the one she targeted. Soon after placing the letter, the killer quickly returned to the lecture hall, locking themselves inside using a broom. They waited until they heard banging on the door, assuming it was me after discovering the letter, and quickly started the recording. While it was playing and I was trying to get in, they quickly climbed up the maintenance door in the lecture hall and exited through it. They knew about the door's existence due to Asuka telling them about it, having been one of the prisoners who spent the most time in the lecture hall due to it being a perfect practice space. The killer's small size made it possible for them to walk along the pipes, albeit while being extremely careful, in order to get to Lab 1. While they were traversing the pipes, I finally managed to crack the broom that was keeping the door sealed and break into the lecture hall. I did this with such force that I activated the tripwire on the ground, which knocked over the box of weights on the upper level of the stage. This box crushed the tape recorder on the way down, destroying it and cutting off the audio, while hoisting up Molly's body, creating the illusion that the trap, and by extension I myself, had killed her. While I was sitting in shock at what I thought I'd done, the killer managed to exit to Lab 1, finding themselves in the flooded room. They hardly had time to process what was happening before Dr. Linnaeus came back to the room in a panic, giving the killer a convenient alibi, so they could act none the wiser when the two of them went down to the lecture hall following the body discovery and found me in horror thinking I was the killer instead of her. And that killer, the person who took Molly Yuzuki away from us, is you, Takiko Uchiyama, the ultimate rental sister. That's how it is.
Wow. Did you get it all out of your system? Enjoy that. Have fun.
I hate to say it, but it does make sense. It was you, wasn't it?
I'm too tired to fight anymore. I just can't believe I lost because Shinku and Fu couldn't shut up for 5 minutes. That's so stupid. But of course it would happen. Of course.
Kid, I didn't mean to.
So it is.
Kiko, you...
Let's just vote. I've tracked this out for long enough. I'm sure you've all had your fun.
But...
I don't want to just sit here and have everyone yell at me so they can feel better about themselves. I don't want to give you that satisfaction. Mononeko, let's start the vote.
Fine by me. You're about to be out of time anyway. That concludes the trial of Molly Uzuki. And Taka Takahiro, although he doesn't really count. Lucky you, Alora. You get to live with that.
Oh, God.
You may now vote for who you think killed Molly Uzuki.
That's what you all did, isn't it? I was Akari. I was Tien. I was Taka. But now I'm rotten. Now I've done something you really can't see any of them doing. Now you'll finally see me as my own person. And if that person is horrible, that's just who I am. At least it's me. My whole life has just been filling in for others. Filling gaps, curating my behavior to spark positive responses or avoid negative responses. Even now, I'm filling in the role of a scapegoat. Someone to push all your own mistakes and errors onto. To discard as just cruel and worthy of punishment to absolve yourself of your own part in it. And I do deserve punishment. I know that. But at least you can finally see me. Blame me all you like for getting tired. For knowing my image was burnt to the ground anyway, with all those secrets. That my career was over if I ever got out. For being bitter at how they coddled Molly was. And for how I was treated in comparison. For not wanting to stoop to her level. Fawn and beg and infantilize myself again to be given a chance. For not being able to take it, to suck it up, to just bite my tongue and keep going. For snapping when I found out someone who was getting all this sympathy was someone who tried to kill everyone. But don't blame me for not being someone I never was in the first place. For breaking the performance you all asked me to do. Instead, blame me. Blame Takiko Uchiyama. And no one else.
You're wrong!
Suki... You...
Even if she's done all this, even if I could never forgive her for murdering Molly, for betraying us all like this, if her being kind in the past doesn't justify or erase the harm she's done now, then her doing what she did now doesn't erase the time she was kind, the time she was my friend, the time she made me smile. No, the times we smiled together.
Suki, I'm awful. I've betrayed you. I betrayed all of you. You would have died if I'd won.
Because despite everything, Kiko, those times we spent together, when we were able to hang out or have sleepovers or just giggle and talk about the others, they were what made this prison bearable. When I was desperately lonely, when I was scared I was gonna be next, it wasn't thinking about Taka that gave me comfort. It was being able to be your friend. Being able to have those moments. Our friendship kept me going.
Please don't be this kind to me. You know what I've done.
I know, but you're all I have left. I can't lose you too.
Suki, I'm so sorry. Suki, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to leave you alone. Sachi, I'm sorry too. I'm sorry I couldn't grow up to be good. I know you tried your best. It's not your fault. Even you, Taka, I'm sorry.
Why on earth are you apologizing to him?
I'm not sure. Maybe because I know deep down we probably weren't all that dissimilar. I was just so used to being alone.
I wish I could have made you feel like your own person in the time we had.
I guess I'm just as set in my ways as everyone else here. But I don't regret it. I don't care how that sounds. I don't.
Even making someone think they did it?
It was a smart plan. I'll give her that.
Yeah, if you guys hadn't started talking, we would have voted Alora and would have all died.
And do you think you could even live with yourself if that happened?
There's no use thinking about things that could have happened. All that matters is that this is the way things turned out. Whatever happens, happens. At least it's not my problem anymore. I'm too tired at this stage to really think about it all that hard. You've won. That's all there's to it. You can execute me and move on with your lives. How fun for you.
On that note, I think I know exactly what we should move on to.
Oh, wait. No. Hang on. You can't kill her. She's just...
That's right. It's time for everyone's favorite part of the trial.
Suki, when we're both grown, when we've both had a chance to live normally, let's have another sleepover in our next lives.
No! It's always about next lives! Why is it never about this life? This is the one we're all living in!
Asuka, please give it up. I'm not the person you want me to be.
I don't care who you are! Whoever it is, I'm going to save them! No matter what! I don't care how much you've hurt me! I can't lose anyone else. So even if I couldn't say or do the right thing back then, I'll make it right now. I'll save you now. I'll meet you now. Even if it kills me!
Sugi, let go of me. I don't want you to save me. I don't think anyone could do that aside from myself. I'm far beyond that point now. I'm ready to go. I'm tired.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I just want to see the sunshine. One last time.
Kiko! 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 Let me go! I have to do something! I can't just do nothing! I can't fail her again!
God, you lot are always so dramatic. She's dead, you can't do anything, even if you tried. Get over it.
No! Shut up! I'm going back in there!
I should have never expected anything else from that crazy little bitch.
What? How could you say something like that about her?
She did just kill someone, Toots. I don't know what kind of angel you're building her up to be in your mind, but if she hadn't gotten up on her high horse about Pinky, then your little boyfriend's killer would be the one dead instead of her.
It's not about that!
Wouldn't that be nicer for you? Then you wouldn't be lying to yourself about what she was actually like. Acting like she was better than she was, which is ironic, really. Wasn't she screaming for everyone to see her, for her, or whatever?
Just shut up! You have no right to talk about this! I don't want to hear anything else from you! None of this would have happened if you hadn't told Takiko about Molly being the one behind the suicide pact! Or if you didn't pull the stuff you did with the tapes!
I'm pretty sure your boyfriend would still be dead. But whatever you say, Bowhead.
No, we're not doing this! Not today! Every time anyone has an issue with you, you just ignore it! You deflect to an entirely different situation! You do everything in your power to go against the group, to make life harder here!
I already told you, kid. I had no intention of playing house with any of you.
But this goes beyond that! You're playing into what the organizers want here! You're actively sabotaging the rest of us! And for what reason? Do you just hate us? Are you just that selfish?
All I'm saying is it's kind of pathetic for someone nearing 40 to be pulling this shit when the rest of us are only in our 20s.
Right? If I didn't know any better, I'd have half a mind to think you were working for the people behind this place!
What did you just say, kid?
What are you...
Oh, this is rich!
Wang, what on earth are you?
God, of course.
The fuck have you got to laugh about? What's so funny?
Asuga? Really? Asuga? I knew someone would figure out eventually, don't get me wrong, but Asuga? The only person who'd be more humiliating is Taka, but you know, he's gone now, so he can't exactly do that, can he?
What the hell are you trying to say?
Really? You can't figure it out? Bowhead just spelled it all out for you. Kid, forget it. I'm an honest man. I'll play fair and square. You caught me. No point keeping it up. You know, with how much I was able to sell you the lie of Fu Wang, the ultimate salesman, I might as well still have the title. Truth is, I haven't been an ultimate for many, many years. I've been too busy perusing different avenues. You know, red rooms are a pretty profitable avenue these days. I was surprised, really.
You don't mean you're...
Yep, that's right, Toots. I'm the showrunner here, the person behind this. After all, what's a good show without a producer plant? If there's no drama, you need someone to star it. Keep things interesting. Shake up the formula. It's basic show running. And I think I did a pretty good job playing the part of misguided, morally dubious man who'd do anything for his daughter, when in reality, I guess you could say I was the mastermind behind this all!
you. You know what I think?
What's up, kid?
Zeke!
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
I don't care! Attack me all you like! He deserves it! I'm not letting that asshole!
Need I remind you that I still have that lovely little toy Alora made?
The bomb.
And you know, I've been meaning to try it out. So by all means, attack him! I needed an excuse to see what I can do.
I can stand far more than just some stupid little bomb.
Whoa! No, don't!
Okay, I'm not so sure about that one, Zeke.
Let's be cautious here, Ezekiel. Stand down.
Why should I? You're all gonna die here anyway. Might as well go out trying to do something.
It's your suicide, kid. I'm not gonna stop you.
What the hell is going on here? What are you...
Amelia, you're just in time.
The hell you mean?
No need to play dumb anymore. Jig's up. They figured it out. Kinda. Well, I got bored. Thought I might as well out myself. Point is, they know I'm part of the team now.
God, you couldn't keep your mouth shut for one moment, could you?
Hello, prisoners. I won't bore you with all the pre-drabble I usually do. God knows this chapter is long enough already. Plus, you already know the drill. It's time for our third episode Of course they did it! They're an ultimate! The subject of today's show... Why, that would be Prisoner 03, Ezekiel Elias, Prisoner 06, Alora Alenius, and Prisoner 10, Asuna Santio. Let's get started with the fan favorite here, Ezekiel. Oh, Ezekiel, you really made quite the splash in your industry, didn't you? Your complete disregard for your own life made you willing to do anything and everything. If you died, then that was that. But you never seemed to die, no matter how extreme the stunt got. So you started trying more and more and more. And that would have been fine if it was only your suicide mission, but... You specifically bullied and encouraged other people starting in the stunt industry to have the same amount of recklessness you did. If they didn't do it, they'd never break into the industry. They'd never stand a chance against you. You set the bar so high they hardly had a choice but to follow in your footsteps. But in chasing you, many fell. Many had career-ending injuries. Many died. Yet you kept going, never looking behind you. In your eyes, making the industry this volatile was doing everyone a favor. If they didn't have the guts to go as far as you did, then they weren't cut out for stunt performing in the first place. And every time someone succeeded in catching up to you, you always set the bar higher, always did something more extreme, always would do something that you thought only you could do. Something that would make that competition back down or die trying. You wanted to be on top, someone no one could stand on the same level of, even if it killed you in the process. You wanted to be the bravest guy alive, unmatched by no one, no matter the cost. Almost sounds like you were compensating for something. All this sounds incredibly childish and pathetic to me, but what do I know? And next we have everyone's favorite murderer, Alora Alenius. Jeez, that last trial really isn't gonna do you any favors when it comes to your verdict, huh? Well, your reputation can't possibly get any worse, so how about we rip the band-aid off? Alora was made to do a lot of very important work from a young age. At least, she told herself it was important. It was how she justified her literal, actual, unethical human experimentation. Alora would do incredibly inhumane experiments on terminally ill patients under the guise of testing experimental treatments on them. She had no intention of actually treating them, no matter what she told them. Their shortened life expectancies meant they were disposable, so it was fine to inject them with whatever, or test the effects of whatever chemical exposure on them, no matter how painful. Some terminally ill patients were also infected with additional conditions intentionally, unbeknownst to them, in order to perform research on them. Alora didn't pay any mind to their suffering. After all, it was for the greater good. But our little biochemist had her biases. She always has, and she always will. And while she could justify the rest of this by saying she was just following orders or doing it for the greater good, what she did to one patient, Lilith, was entirely her decision. Lilith was Alora's favorite patient. The experiments performed on her seemed to be significantly less painful. Funny that. Alora grew very attached to keeping Lilith alive, no matter how impossible it was, no matter how Lilith felt about it. Lilith was at peace with her impending death. She didn't want her suffering prolonged any longer. But Alora insisted on countless surgeries and potential treatments, keeping her alive despite her will, with the aim of giving herself more time to find a cure. a cure she never found before Lilith passed, having lived the last few months of her life in agony and unnecessary suffering. And Aurora just couldn't cope with this. And you saw what that pushed her into making. She really is pathetic, huh? And last but definitely not least, we have our wonderful warden's favorite prisoner, Asuka Santil. Phew, you've had quite the day, huh? Well, sorry to say, but it's only gonna get worse. Brave, stupid Asuka. I suppose the events of today aren't all that surprising, especially considering your past. Always playing ignorant when it matters most, even when you do know better. It was just easier to construct a world where you could make the rules, where life was fair, where it made sense to you. Your beloved circus. But when you have rules, how do you get people to follow them? How do you make sure someone doesn't take your place and try to turn your little world on its head, impose an order that would harm everything you've built? Anything that wasn't your rules was bound to fail in your eyes, after all. People are too selfish, in your opinion. Which is a little ironic when you think about it. Since you ask me, the most selfish person in that circus was you. Asuka's crime on the surface may not seem too bad. Embezzling funds and committing charity fraud, collecting donations from rich idiots under the guise of helping some nebulous cause, or piggyback riding on current issues to get more money donated to you, saying you were committed to helping deal with whatever the struggle of the week was. Only instead distribute it amongst your circus, taking the wealth to fund and maintain it. I'm sure most people would frame that as ethically dubious at worst, but necessary for survival at best. I'm sure that's how you see it. To you, it didn't matter if the circus was using the money itself instead of donating it to whatever cause you claimed you were supporting. It felt more important in the moment, and it was still going to a good place. Besides, you assumed rich people only threw their money at charity to make themselves look better, but they didn't care what it was used for. But I don't think you have an excuse for your real crime, implicating your whole circus in this crime. Every child, every runaway there who depended on you. If your charity fraud got caught, everyone in that circus would be charged and prosecuted. Their lives would be ruined as well as yours. You knew that. And despite knowing that, you didn't tell them. You didn't want to cause a stir. It was your little secret. I think you even liked it in a way. With the way you set it up, if you went down, everyone would go down with you. You'd all have your lives ruined together. Perhaps it's so you'd all never get separated, so you'd all never have to be alone again. Or maybe it was so your world, your circus, could only exist with you at the helm. If someone tried to dethrone you, they wouldn't be able to twist it into something you didn't like, so that it could always be the fair world you always wanted. Sharing everything, including responsibility, including conviction, if it ever came to it. Do you still think you're still so much more morally better than everyone else here? And that concludes our penultimate episode of Course They Did It! They're an ultimate! Phew, only a few of you left to reveal, huh? Better enjoy your privacy while you have it. I'm personally real excited to see how you'll vote this time. Don't hold back on your corrupt votes this time just because of Molly's sorry little attempt, alright? It didn't even work, so don't you worry one bit about voting how you want. If people die, then they die. Anyway, I'm sure you have a lot to dwell on. I'll leave you to vote. And to the prisoners, good luck!
Going to break your half of the promise. Then...
Wait! Anthony, stop!
There! Now they're together. I hope you're happy, Shinku. If you're so stuck in the past, then I'll just have to destroy every reminder of it. Maybe that'll force you to pull yourself out of it and see the reality in front of you. Maybe that'll make you actually reflect instead of sitting in self-pity.
How could you? That was all we had left of...
Someone neither of us ever really knew. Especially you. But go on, gather up the pieces and cling to them all you like. At least using a pin is better than using other people.
Hey, it's not your fault, you know? Come on, I don't want you beating yourself up over it. It's awful, don't get me wrong. I can't imagine how you're feeling right now, but we all make our own choices, and we can't exactly, change what happened in the past. But if you spend all your time dwelling on it, and what you could have done better, you'll be so preoccupied with that you'll never actually take those steps to be better in the here and now. So don't forget that, okay? I know you can do better. And you know that too. Don't you?